before TI5, and it was around the time when like they nerfed Jungle Batrider. So I always heard people talk about him, but I never actually saw him played. But no, you are right. I think throughout the history of Dota, he's always been sort of Jungle Batrider. Just waiting. So I always heard people talk about him, but I never actually saw him played. But no, you are right. I think throughout the history of Dota, he
always finds his way back somehow.
Yeah. Not Lycan ban. That is unusual to me because. Well, actually, not so much, actually. I was speaking to a friend of mine, and he did say Hellraisers is one of the only teams these days that still like to run the Lycan in a lot of situations. Even though he's received a nerf to his Howl, you know, it doesn't provide a flat bonus healing across the board. They still like to run him, apparently.
Yeah, definitely. They played a lot of Lycan during TI. One of he made a roster change, and their old carry player, Swift Ending, he played a bunch of Lycan.
Oh, Monkey King is going to be the pick for the time being, and mousesports are going to be trying to utilize that. I mean, Monkey King, what does he really provide you in terms of sort of gameplay? I mean, he's played as the position 1. You can't really play him as a roaming hero anymore because he got nerfed to the ground in multiple ways. But you know, a lot of high ground vision, a lot of team fight, a lot of control in a lot of ways with the boundless strike.
I feel like he's almost never bad. Like he has an item builds for pretty much anything. I've even seen like Battle Fury builds against illusion heroes like the Phantom Lancer, and he's just a strong laner in general. So he always gets to that stage of the game where he can be very strong and take over the game.
So far,
Batrider comes out though.
We're seeing a completely different draft. I mean, what's your thoughts on this at least?
I mean, the Batrider is pretty good against the Monkey King. You can always stack up the sticky napalms, and it's one of those things where if Monkey King has help, Batrider will die extremely fast. But if Batrider gets help from either like the Night Stalker or maybe +1, they can easily just run over the Monkey King. So it's definitely a good hero for pressuring the Monkey, and it's also good later on in the game for finding him in the trees. All right, Lifestealer, okay.
Wow. I mean, we are literally witnessing almost a completely different draft from this first game now. I mean, the only similarities between them is the Clockwork and the Venomancer, but even then, you know, Hellraisers are playing the Veno now, and again, these rapid picks, Drow Ranger, they want to bring this one out. I mean, again, that was mousesports' pick last game, and they're going to be taking it. Is that more or less to deny that sort of pick away from them, or is that because it fits Hellraiser's draft?
It's time for them to show them how it's done. That's what this is all about.
Oh boy.
But the Lifestealer, you know, so a lot of the times Drow doesn't really have the best matchups against other carries, but she enables these other cores like the Venomancer to have a really dominant lane phase and transition into like a big damage dealer, right? She gives your team physical damage, so you can do things like Roshan, converge on objectives quicker, and then usually that's enough to offset like her having a bad matchup between, you know, whatever the carries are. So it's interesting because when you think Drow lineups, you think heroes like Puck, Storm Spirit, these big mid heroes that really benefit from the plus damage. And not to say that Venomancer isn't going to benefit from that damage, it's just like Venomancer's not going to roll into a fight and be able to win it like Soul. Puck can dominate these lanes so hard, and he transitions into like a really strong late game hero with the damage. And I feel like Venomancer's not exactly the same. It's still good, obviously, but I don't know. I'm just I'm not convinced, I guess.
Not convinced. All right, well, I'm getting into the tail end of the draft now. A bit of reserve time still left for mousesports to decide, but I'm going to see this next ban by Hellraisers. mousesports end up removing the silencer. Is that an indication of they want to be running some big cooldown based hero right now, or what? Why remove the silencer in this situation?
I mean, there is definitely a possibility that they're setting up for something that is countered by the silencer, but you know, silencer is just one of these heroes where when he's in the game, you pretty much can't team fight him. Like, Batrider and Silencer is probably the most popular combo. Batrider blinks him with the lasso, Silencer pops the global. Right, Enigma comes in, okay. So they actually whip out the hero that does not like playing against Silencer. And this hero is fantastic against Lifestealer.
Is that more or less... Do you think that Hellraisers sort of assumed, or maybe thought that the Enigma might have been a pick for mousesports here, and they just picked it up to deny? Or is this... what is this? Like this sort of surprise pick wildcard?
It is a possibility that they could have just denied the Enigma pick there, but I'm not sure that's the hero they were looking for. I feel like they need something without like a 200-second cooldown to actually play effectively against this Drow Ranger. Maybe they did want it because they are taking their time right now, and the time it's ticking down here.
Oh yeah, they've only got a few seconds remaining, and I think Hellraisers might have just clocked them, but no, they do manage to get their final pick. Enchantress coming out to play. Interesting. We've seen a lot of Enchantress play by a variety of teams here, and I mean the beauty of it is that when you pick it initially at the start of the draft, it's flexible. You can run it in a variety of positions, but you're picking it at the end of the draft here. I mean, of course, the players, they can still move around these lanes as we've been seeing from Dota so far, but right now it seems like it is set in stone. We'll find out if they want to swap things around, see what position they want to run these heroes in.
They've definitely locked themselves into the off-lane Enchantress here. And, I mean, Hellraisers, these heroes are pretty flexible. Batrider, sometimes he's played as support. Yep, in fact, he's going to be played support here as well. And that's the off-lane... Okay, no, just kidding.
They might change things up. I mean, you never know. To be honest, until we get into the game, that's when I really feel confident in calling out the lanes, because...
Well, they already did that because Enigma's in the off-lane, Bat support, and Batrider is probably the hero Enchantress fears the most. He's got a ton of magic damage, runs them down, gets on top of them, brings them into these awful positions. And, you know, when they picked the Lifestealer on the side of mousesports, it was for the purpose of leaning against the Batrider. Lifestealer is fantastic against Bat. He removes the napalm, and he also has tons of kill pressure on the Batrider. But now even Mouz is switching it up. I mean, we don't really know because they could just swap heroes back, but Madara, the mid player, Madara, the carry player, is playing Monkey King. Thug was on the Monkey King, and they swapped.
So they're swapping and swapping all over the place, it feels like, but yeah.
I mean, they did that last game too.
They did. They're throwing us off guard all over the place and giving us the old left hook, but we'll find out as we come into this game. Now the question is here, Brax, have they got a better courier, or are they going to be sitting with the default again?
I hope it's not the donkey, man.
Let's have a look. I mean,
it's the donkey.
Some people do that just to be edgy, you know? Do you know what I mean? Some people just don't use any cosmetics just to be edgy.
Well, it is triggering me. Give Valve your money.
Oh, maybe next time in Milan are going to run into each other, pop in their smokes. A deep ward is placed. It's going to be blocking up that camp. Is it blocking up that camp? That looks like it's just off the cusp. Is it? Tell me,
I think it is. I think it does.
Surely it must do.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, when you click the word, you can actually see the circle.
Yeah, okay, I'll accept that. I'll accept it. But for the time being, these lanes, they are all over the place.
This is it's a pretty tough lane for Enchantress here. Venomancer and Batrider. When Batrider hits that level 2 mark and he can just Firefly on top of the Enchantress, that's going to be pretty rough. There's no stun, though, in the lane, so she can always TP out, but still, if you're TPing out of the lane constantly, you're not really farming, you're not pressuring, it's not great.
Well, okay. I will not forget the overlay. I almost did again. That was incredibly close. Nice. I need somebody to remind me, honestly, every time, because I am awful at this production shindig. I hate it. I hate it. I'm not used to this. It's awful. It's awful. I'm gonna make Purge do it in the NA qualifiers. That's what I'm gonna do. But a bit of trading of the hits here. We see Skylark and J4, just a lot of stacks of sticky napalm already on him. Just trading out this harassment. Already 3 stacks. I mean, J4, he's happy to just lay in the right clicks here. And backs off eventually, but how do you feel like this mid matchup goes anyway? The way we're seeing Drow versus the Monkey King, and already we've got this sort of almost tri-lane kicking off. An early smoke straight off the bat from Skylark. He's got the shackles. He wants to try and go for this kill onto Kaiser. Level 1 hits it off. You're going to be able to get those stacks of Jingu. The cogs as well. Kaiser is not going to be able to escape, and that is first blood, ladies and gentlemen. Madara claiming that one for his team. Nice little early rotation by Spartan with the smoke.
Yeah, that's as the well, I was going to say something and I saw it coming, so I just let it play out for itself, and this is the big problem, right? He is so susceptible to getting ganked on this Drow Ranger, especially when Monkey King gets some more levels. Even Clockwork, when he has like level 3, can probably solo kill this Drow Ranger. And there's not a whole lot of damage coming out here. Like, this is one tough lane.
Milan, he's caught in between the creeps right now. 3 stacks on him. Kaiser's going to be harassing him down for the time being, not letting him get too much done. Dara's happy to just back off and play it out, but I mean, Milan needs to be careful. There was a time, right? Monkey King was released, and the Jingu Mastery, it just didn't expire. Is that true? No, I'm pretty sure it's always expired, right?
Yeah, it's always expired.
I was gonna say
that lasts a really long time.
Yeah, it lasted for a while, but I mean, when they're sitting in this lane right now, maybe next time just babysitting Madara He's got a tough time of trying to make anything happen, but Skylark is getting ran down with the napalms as it stands, and he's going to get slowed down. 4 stacks already. Turns around for a millisecond. Meanwhile, on the mid lane as well, we see Cogs up onto Kaiser. 4 stacks. Kaiser down again. The battery assault's going to be doing enough damage there, and already, I mean, 2 early deaths. This early on, it's not looking great for Hellraisers. They need to turn something around.
Yeah, with that Boots, Clockwork can just run at him all the time, chase him down. And this Clockwork's actually about to hit level 3 at the 2-minute mark here in 1 creep, pretty much.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's insane. And that's because of those 2 kills there.
Oof. He's got an Arcane Rune on him as well, you know. Doesn't have the mana to cast too many more spells, but I mean, the guy is really having a good game, and, you know, already got this 1 level difference between Kaiser and Madara on this mid. It's rough. It's a rough game.
It is indeed. And this is what we saw kind of out of the last game. Except now the tides have turned, right? The lane phase.
Oh, yeah.
This is so important.
I'm super curious at this top lane. I mean, it feels like there's a lot of kill potential up here. They keep laying down his sticky napalm, but Skylark is just happy to run his way out of there.
They actually have no way to stop this tornado from being channeled, so it's actually doing so much to this lane here. Oh boy, that's real sad.
Yeah, they can't focus down that creep. Yeah, Skylark's having a whale of a time, I think, in this lane. They're trying to pressure him down with a sticky napalm, but God, it is hard. He just runs his little wee deer booty out of there and just is happy to heal himself up. But
yeah, the Enchantress is so fast, and the Bat doesn't have. Actually, he has boots now, but before, when he tried to go on the end, she didn't have boots.
Oh, maybe next time another smoke. Oh, he's
I'm
waiting.
Just sitting here waiting.
I mean, the opportunities are there. They're both the same level. Boundless strike into it. Maybe next time runs him down. Gusto by Kaiser. It's great. On point. Can maybe next time actually manage to get something? They're really playing aggressively here. Cogs come out to try and stop them from really chasing them down, but he's going to sour up as well. So Kaiser is in a decent position for the time being. Spartan's trying to steal these bounty runes, but he gets spotted and he has to back out of there.
Yep, in a bit of a dangerous position, but he's alright. And up top, this Enchantress is actually starting to take over this lane. 18 CS to Venomancer's 14 here. This Tornado, they actually can't do anything. I thought the Batrider with the Gale would be good enough to actually, you know, take down this Enchantress or force him to TP home so we can't lane, but just hasn't happened yet.
No, it really hasn't. It's been quite dominating across the board, I think, for mousesports. And I mean, even looking at this mid matchup, currently sitting on 23 CS as opposed to the 12 on Kaiser. Even in the safe lane right now, I mean, Doug is just uncontested against this Enigma. They really can't stop him. He's sitting high and mighty. A massive gold lead already accrued. 2k so early on is pretty impressive. They need to try and make some plays, and they need it now. They're going to be trying to go onto Skylark in this upper lane. The top lane, he just goes for the TP out. The heals are going to be able to keep him up, keep him alive, and he is, again, happy to just go straight back to the shrine, get that bounty rune. Efficiency, if I've ever seen it.
Yep, that's right. Remaining calm, making the optimal play there. And this is what happens when your lanes... Night Stalker, he needs to play off a lane. You know, he doesn't deal a whole bunch of damage. He's good at finding these heroes, slowing them so that other heroes can follow up. But if he doesn't have a strong lane to play off of already, he can't really gank any lane. Like, he can't do anything in this mid lane. Enigma has no pressure in the bottom lane. He can't go down either. The only real place he can go right now is to the Enchantress's lane to cancel that TP, but he wants to be playing around this mid lane here to help protect his Straw Ranger, because this Clockwork can... You know, as we've seen already, Clockwork has so much kill threat over the Straw Ranger.
Yeah. And just the mere presence of him in this mid lane is forcing Kaiser back. I mean, he has to go all the way back now. Running his way to get that... what items is he getting on the courier now? He's got a lot of items on that courier. They are stacked.
There's a bunch.
Oh, boy. But Glyphs ends up getting forced out by Radiance. I'm not sure why. Was that an accident? Nobody's really pressuring the towers.
Yeah, it looked like an accident.
Okay, but a little bit of a fat finger on the Glyph button. But we did see Milani trying to rotate down to this bottom lane to see if he can get anything done. The Shackles, they find the right target. He tried to juke with the illusions, but it didn't work out. The Cogs, maybe next time. He traps the wrong one. Milan's out of there. He juked him. Oh, boy. Oh, I don't think they were expecting that.
Affirmative.
Affirmative.
That's a tough kill to get, though. Even if he gets cogged up, he can just fly on over with that Hunter and the Knight ability, so... Pretty unlikely they would get that anyways.
Yeah. Kaizen out. He's got the haste rune in hand. He's happy to just sit himself back into this mid lane. But the CS situation right now, if you take a look at it, 43 to Madara, 21 to Kaiser. And across the board, I think, for the entirety of Hellraisers, they are not doing well in these lanes. I mean, they are struggling hard. But
yeah, big time.
What is the upside of their composition? I mean, what have they got to look forward to coming into this game?
So once that drill hits level 6, everyone will get a big increase in damage thanks to the aura. They're actually going on top here, Skylark. He's got no TP this time, and he's getting run down, but the heal is there.
Well, he is trying to get out. 5 stacks of sticky napalm, though. He's going to wand up for the timing. Nice boundless strike by Madara. The rotation, it's wonderful. Do find a kill. Back to Skylark, who gets it onto J4 before trading out because of just the flame sitting below his feet now. 33. Has to back his way out. Trying to dodge, but the creeps are on him. They know exactly where he is now. Maybe next time is happily just going to be able to try and conk him up. Will connect it as well. So, entire rotation from the entire team right now. 33 might just make his way out of there. Still, Madara on his case, running him down with the battery salt. And look at that, the shackles as well will collect that kill. And now with the boundless strike, the shackles on top. J4 again, a double kill for maybe next time. 5 to 1 this early on. Big gold lead still cemented.
This game's a massacre.
Oh, Kaiser forced the TP away from Skylark because he was pressuring him too hard. Wow. Wow.
Wow, indeed. Total lane domination coming out from Mouz in this game.
What do you do in this scenario right now? I mean, Mouz, they've completely turned this one around. Game number 1 was an absolute, you know, one-sided affair to Hellraisers. They figured them out, they clocked them. The sort of team comp that they were going for on the side of Mouz wasn't, you know, they couldn't execute it properly with the Drow comp. You know, Hellraisers have gone for a similar composition. They're trying to use the Drow Ranger, but again, they've got nothing from it. But however, they have hit level 6 now, which means, you know, like you mentioned, big power spike. But they want to go on this mid lane. Madara, shackles from long range will connect, and Madara's happily just able to right-click him down. A Jingu Master as well. He'll be able to heal himself up with that one.
Nicely done. This Monkey King is pretty much untouchable right now. But, you know, the big thing Hellraisers have going for them is they do have an Enigma who might actually go down here bottom lane.
No, they're running him down.
Pretty dead.
Oh, God. Like, they're just losing absolutely everyone. I mean, he is level 6. He does have the black hole available to him, but, I mean, he's got no farm from it. Sitting in this off lane, sure, he's got the levels, but they want to go on to Kaiser as well. Boundless strike just to set it up. Skylark putting in so much damage. Double kill for him. He's not slowing down in the slightest. Sending in the impetus, and now we see another shackle coming out. They want to be trying to go for these kills, but now they start to turn around because look at this tier 1. They're getting so aggressive into the tier 2s. This tier 1 isn't even pressured right now. And Kid, he finally TP's in. He has a black hole, but he doesn't have the catch available for them. Does he want to try and turn this around? They actually turn around on him. They're going to be moving out to Wukong's command as well. He can't get anything off. The double kill for Madara. Skylark, will he fall? He will indeed. Milan finally is going to be able to trade that kill out with the help of the tower. But Jesus Lord Almighty, they are just... honestly, this is a slaughter.
Yeah, big time. This is looking real ugly real quick. I don't know what they can do at this point in the game, too. Like, Enigma, he wanted to walk in and cast the black hole there, but the Wukong's command already came up. Even if he used it, he would have just died pretty much like a second later. And later on in the game, no matter what item Enigma gets, he can never stop the clockwork from hooking him to cancel out that black hole.
That's the real problem. You know, picking the Enigma into this, I mean... few question marks raised as to the sort of composition. I mean, even now that Kaiser has hit his level 6 mark and we've got a power spike across the board, this gold lead is now 3k. You know, it's not insurmountable. They can still quite easily come back from this. All they need is one good team fight to go their way. And I mean, they've started to get their ults online. They've got the Poison Nova. You know, they do not have the lasso yet. That's going to be a real problem. I mean, he's only level 4 on the side of J4, but again, he is playing that support Batrider, so partially understandable. But they need to start getting their ultimates online, and then they can start to defend these towers. All they need is one big black hole. You know, that's the power of Enigma, right? As much as you might be behind, as long as you've got the damage output to try and bring down players, you get a decent black hole off, it can just immediately turn you back into the game. But what is that? Oh my goodness, kicking off all over the place. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Kid ends up going down. He's going to get another kill here. He should be able to. No, he ends up TPing away. Hee. I should say 3-3. I don't know why I call him hee. That's real questionable, but he ends up surviving. He's going to trap himself in his Venom wards there, but that was multiple kills happening all over the place. I was confused by the hook shot up top. I was starting to question things.
Yeah, that just left you mind blown for a bit, flabbergasted.
It did. Flabbergasted. I was like, what the heck? There's wards committed. There's a hook shot, but they didn't get the kill. What? I believe somebody TP'd out of there, and then Fug was just destroying people. They might get another kill onto Kid here. Kid, he's gone. See you later. In fact, in that last fight, he even committed the black hole. So, gosh, this is not working out well at all for them, is it?
No, not at all. They just, they need some basic items before they can really come online in this game. Like Night Stalker just got his level 6, and Batrider still. Alright, he has his level 6 now, but no last was skilled up. But of course, he still really can't use that ability without a Blink Dagger or with someone else's Blink Dagger. Enigma's going for the Hand of Midas too, so there's no real way they can start these fights on their terms. They have to just kind of run into them, land their spells, but it's not quick, it's not fast, and it gives Mouz a lot of time to react to everything.
Yeah, what's crazy is it's now nighttime, and this is the time for Hellraisers to really strike if they so wish, but I mean, they've done so much damage to this top tier 2 with just the 2 catapults. They took control, they enchanted the catapult. The first siege wave really took full advantage of it, the fact that this top lane was pushed all the way in, and Hellraisers, they can't really find an opening to try and really take advantage here. I mean, Mouz, maybe next time the balls on this guy. Sitting on top of a ward, he knows he's got plenty of vision during the nighttime, so he's happy here. And like, they're desperately trying to go for this tier 2 right now. He's going to force a few rotations from Hellraisers, surely, to try and defend this. I mean, Skylark, he's happy to just lay in the damage into this tower.
Yeah, if they go on him, then his team is ready to respond. Monkey King is hiding right next to him as well, disguised as a tree. So yeah, I mean, they're just kind of baiting this, hoping that Hellraisers will attempt to take a team fight here.
I mean, they've got the Rasta wards if they want to lay them down. Spartan he's moving forward. They don't even need them. They can just literally just right-click this one down. The mere presence of them is enough to get the tier 2 tower. Meanwhile, bottom, 33 will get this tier 1 most likely with the Venom wards. That's definitely a probability. Even though they're going to glyph it up, it will be falling to them eventually. So not all is lost.
Yep, he's making his own wards, trying to push his own tower. And I imagine that... Spartan here?
Spartan.
Barely makes it out. Night Stalker was cancel that TP there, and I mean now they're just gonna run down a lane together with the wards.
Yeah, these do they even need to commit them? That's the real question. I mean, the amount of right-click damage they've got the Alpha Wolf there for the damage boost, so they're really just slamming down these towers. The waves are cleared out as well. I mean, J4, he's resorted to having to farm up the enemy's jungle just to hit his timings, and even though he's level 6, he hasn't leveled up the lasso because he needs a few more points into the other abilities, and now the wards are going to get laid down. They want to go for this tier 2 full pressure. The glyphs are going to be used now to try and protect them for the time being, but big rotations by Hellraisers. They've moved into the bottom lane. They want to try and bring down another tier 2, trying to trade it out, but will they even get it? I mean, maybe next time's there. This should be falling for them, and they will get that one, but immediately the mid-tier 2 falls as well. So trading out the tier 2s for both these teams. And now the rotations come in. This is where Hellraisers are in a sticky situation. Maybe next time misses his hook shot. And he is infested up as well, so a bit of a waste there from Mouz. But they might find a kill here onto Milan. He's getting ran down already. 4 stacks of the Jingu. Madara running him down. It's going to get the slow off onto him as well. And that one right click will be enough to try and will get him down. J4 manages to TP out of there just in the nick of time.
Yep, nicely done. That was actually pretty good for Hellraisers here. They were able to trade for the tier 2 tower down bottom and take the tier 1 in exchange for 2 towers. And Mouz are clearly ahead in this game. They had to commit the Serpent Wards for that. So yeah, pretty big win for them. I mean, they're buying time to finally get online with their heroes here. Batrider almost has a Blink Dagger. Enigma working on his too.
And I know 33 is down here right now in the tree line. I mean, Fug can see the wards being placed. He's eating a lot of damage actually. Now he's just going to TP away. Oh boy. You wanted to make a point there, Brax.
Oh no, it wasn't very important. Don't worry.
Oh, okay. All right.
It was just like, they're getting their items slowly in this game. They've bought some time, so it's not so bad anymore.
Oh, if we take a look at the net worth, I mean, right now Madara is sitting high and mighty. He's got 7k gold as it stands, the highest in the game as it stands, and also on his team. Pretty far ahead, and he's going to continue to farm up. Going for that Diffusal Blade as his next time. He's got the Echo Saber under his belt, some much needed stats as well. And Skylark, he's looking for opportunities here onto J4, but Milan now going to start to rotate in, force him back. That Raindrop going to be eating most of the magic damage from that one. Meanwhile, top, going to see a nice attempt here onto Kid. Kid gets ran down on hookshotted as well. Kaiser is there. Maybe next time, super weak. Has the battery assault plopped onto him. The Eidolons, though, they will finish him off, and he will find that kill. Kid just getting out of there alive. Kaiser's presence saving him in the end.
Yep, and now it's going to be his Blink Dagger complete too after this camp, so Nice. If he would have died there, he would have lost the money for Blink Dagger, so luckily he didn't go down there. But, yeah, Rasta wards drop. He has an Arcane Rune, and he wants to drop these wards on the tower.
And we'll find out in the bottom lane. Wards are dropped, as well as that the Shackle. 33 is going down. Nighttime is popped off by Milan. Maybe a bit of presence here. He is in the vicinity, but again, what can one man do? You know, he can't exactly clear out these wards as it stands. Especially when the entirety of their squad is right there and waiting. As tier 1 is gone down. J4 is now up. He has the lasso as well leveled and a Blink Dagger, so he has finally farmed up that crucial item he needs to start to get some stuff done. Oh, Shackle comes out onto Milando. They might try and move it. This is prime time. Black Hole, surely. No! Oh my goodness, the boundless strike by Madara. I don't think that was even intentional. Kid went to leap into the fray. They might get J4 as well. J4, he panic lassos onto Madara to try and bring him down, but the rage is too much. And oh, goodness me. Madara.
Oh my god.
That's how unlucky is that?
That is ridiculous. Like, that was their moment, you know, to make a big play, but still got more fighting here.
They still want to go on this one. You see the hook shot into the back lines. Now the Wukong's command coming out onto them. We see 33 might just be going down here. They're running him down with the battery assault. Maybe next time now gives it up. Realizes they can't actually get anything out of that one. They have to back off, but they will. And they might be able to take this tier 2. They are quite low, but maybe next time he has the urn. Did just use the last charge, though. They do have Skylight there as well. Going to be healing them up with the little enchanted wisps, but they are going to just back off. I mean, they don't have a shrine available to heal off. But Mouz are really just sitting strong right now. 6k gold lead, 18 minutes into the game. And when it gets to this point, it's very much reminiscent of the previous game that we watched. But this time, like you said, the tables are turned.
Yeah, definitely. And as we saw there, they actually do have some hope at taking those fights. Like, if that black hole did manage to go off, they probably could have swung the gold lead back quite a bit. But, oh my god, it doesn't get unluckier than that, right? Blinking right into the boundless strike and just dying instantly.
So unlucky. Yeah, it could have been their fight to win. I mean, that was a triple kill waiting to happen right there, but fortunately just a little bit off the mark. And for the time being, towers are being pressured on either side, but yeah, it is Mouz sitting right now with a massive advantage in terms of objectives. They've taken down every single tier 2. Really now the only goal is going to be going for one of those tier 3s. And what's the Roshan situation like in this matchup here, Brax? Does either side have a decent chance of taking it? Can they really bring it down fast enough to warrant taking it?
So both teams can do it pretty quickly here. The Enchanter's going to take it, tank it up with the Untouchable. Rostoward's deployed too. Actually blocks in the Lifestealer for a bit, so a little unlucky there.
There we go. Phase boots his way out of there.
Yeah, this is the pit, right? So this is where heroes like Enigma thrive, Batrider as well, Venomancer.
Oh, here we go.
All these heroes clump up. They just need to be mindful of the Clockwork's positioning here.
They want to fight under this right now. I mean, the Hellraisers, this is their time to strike. They're ever going to get it. Kid moves in, lays down a Midnight Pulse. Does he have a decent enough Black Hole? He backs off for the time being. Now the Poison Nova also comes out. Very weak. Milan, will he get out of there? Finally, the Black Hole's committed. Clockwork, he actually does not manage to cancel it. He got stopped there by Fug, and Fug will manage to infest his way out of there, surely. Is he going to be falling here, though? Kaiser will go down. Now Mouz still winning this fight out. J4 is finding the superior team fight for the time being. Maybe next time will go down. Now Fug was wrapped up inside of him, but he might be going down. No! He's going to get overwhelming damage and be able to fight his way through this one. Now 33 is going to try and fight as well. We see the buybacks coming out already. Rasta wants to try and come back into this fight. Milan wants to try and beat him down. Fug is in the vicinity, though. Wants to run him down that armlet toggle as well. He is very weak. Needs to be very careful of anyone from trying to recontest this one. But Mouz, they lose a few players. Hellraisers lose a few more. That Black Hole didn't really get the value they were looking for there. But now they want to try and take Roshan again, it feels like. They have the heals to try and tank this up. No more Rasta wards to really do justice, but I mean, they're rotating around. Hellraisers, they're respawning. They know this is their time to strike. They've silenced up Spartan in the back lines. That's a dieback from him, 50 seconds. And now J4 moves in. He's got a lasso available to him. Does he want to commit to it onto Skylark? Yes, he does. Going to be using it on him. That will be another kill going their way, surely. And there, no, the boundless strike. Madara wants to try and save him. Wukong's command sent out, trying to put in the damage, just zoning them out for the time being. And again, another buyback by Skylark. He's come back into this fight. They do not want to give up this Roshan just yet. Flame break as well. Sent flying. TP away from Madara. Nice cancel by Kid. That's a much needed kill onto him. Madara falling. The Monkey King down and out. And Skylark as well. He's down. That's a dive back again. Hellraisers.
Oh my god, what is this?
They took a much needed fight. That's a 3-2-2 Brax in the industry. That's what they call it, lads.
Oh boy. They call it the 6-4-4, the reverse throw.
They get the Aegis. They get a massive gold swing. Hellraisers. I mean, look at this. Fight recap. What is going on here? 1k lost. 3k gold swing in the favor of Hellraisers as well. XP change through the roof.